Hello.
Oh, Miss Laura, how are you today?
Very good. Yeah, I'm great. I'm here on time, which is exciting. And yeah, been working away all morning. How are you today?
Doing great as well. Also working away, though I promised Royal many walks today, as it seems like our walking is going to be at a minimum starting tomorrow. So whenever there's an impending storm, it always gives me a lot of chit chat with the neighbors, which is always a good thing too. So lots of snow talk going on
Yes,
outside.
my
Very
fave.
exciting. Everyone's
Big fan.
pumped. Everyone
Big
is
fan.
pumped. Yeah.
Uh,
So
so
that's what we've been doing over here.
so I heard there's like a super sneaky surprise or something. What's the story?
Wow.
Oh, cool. Well, it's an unboxing. All right. So we're breaking with structure here at the top to bring you a super secret unboxing surprise, right?
Right? Unboxing surprise. I actually have a second box that we could
Oh,
unbox as
wow.
well.
Incredible.
Unboxing video. Yeah. So, Laura, while this is a real unboxing. If you are an OGer to the Laura Allyson live, when we used to go live on Instagram all the time, sometimes we faked them. Now we can just say it. All right. Now we can tell you because it was a lot of
The behind the
work.
scenes moment.
Right.
Yes.
It was a lot of work to input all that yarn. And then because wanted to buy things all the time. So we had to open the box, input the yarn, pretend the box was closed, and then do the unboxing. But this is real. All right. This box from Trinkles. This is a real unboxing. So Laura, do you want to tell the people what they can expect inside this box?
I definitely ordered all of the things in that box, but God, if I can remember all of them off the top of my head. But
we're gonna find out.
Yeah, there is a replenishment of some very important tools that we all love. There is a new item that we'll definitely use. There's a couple new items actually. And yeah, just a little bit of retreat swag. These, I think, will be the most familiar to longtime party people, what you're holding in your hand at the moment.
No, I think this looks like...
Oh, that's a sack. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, all right, so this will not be a surprise then for folks. I was hoping it would be, but that's okay.
Oh, you were?
That's all right. But this is for a long-time retreaters.
Caution, magnet. Caution.
Yes. So if you have a pacemaker, beware. However, yes, we decided we have so many returning retreaters. And frankly, it's a big pain in my butt to have to do newly designed name tags for every time we have a retreat. And so I decided to put the responsibility on our repeat folks. So for folks who have attended 4 or more retreats, we got you your very own special perma name tag. But Leanne is with us. You just saw yours, Leanne. I was particularly concerned about the spelling of yours, but it looks to be correct. I'm back and forth. I'm back and forth. Hooray! So can you please, stranger person, stranger danger, demonstrate? Oh, good. That's a nice, strong magnet. They really thought of it. Now it's very clear who you are. Nice big letters. And now you all have fish name tags. They recommend them for guilds, for your knitting guilds. Yay! And so now we'll have to add that to your packing list if applicable. Bring your perma name tag. But a lot of folks who will be attending Galentine's will be presented with this very name tag. So it's very exciting. Very exciting.
I love surprises when they have to do with me, but I do not like surprises when I have to do with other people. Maya, there's yours. I just love to tell the people, Laura. I love it.
Yes. So it's a cool, nice thing that we did, and also in part of the theme for 2023 of working smarter, not harder, takes one less retreat responsibility off my list for a lot of folks, which I love for me. So super fun.
All right, this is something that I'm very excited about because
yeah.
you may know, I feel very passionately about armpit measurements. So we thought it would be fun to get armpit measuring rulers. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Just with ease. With ease. Yeah, so cute. Laura and Allyson right there. Measure those pits, baby.
Yep. Those turned out even better than I'd hoped. So that's very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, very exciting.
Pretty great swag so far. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see lots of little packages in here.
These, we were taking advantage of some sale items. So I don't know if these are the sale items or if they are something that we had to go back and forth quite a bit. Well, I'll still never know until I see them in person, but there was a moment when I looked like a full monster in this tiny stitch marker, but I think it's less scary now, which is good.
You look adorable.
Great.
It's so tiny. Look at that.
It's very tiny. It's so hard, and all props to Katrinkles because it's so hard. I can't believe they were able to get that level of detail. I was like, I don't think this is going to be possible. But it only took like a 2 back and forths to basically, I just had to erase my mouth. They kept trying to give me a mouth, and it was like, and then my glasses were like making it very like Frankenstein-y. But they did it. They made those changes, and it's so cute.
Glasses look adorable. Yeah, you're very glasses forward. Is this better?
Well, oh yeah. It'll be. You'll just have to come in person to one of our retreats to really see the detail. But I'm so impressed that they were able to do that. To be honest, I thought that we would just get a flat out no, but they were like, no, we want to make this work. So
they were like adorable, yeah. And then we have some very cute stitch marker situations. Yeah. These little cuties. That's
more stockinette. There's a theme.
Yeah.
There's a theme.
So we have some of these. Yeah, very cute. So that is our Katrinkles order. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this.
So good. I'm thrilled. And it looks like some Eagle Eye viewers are thrilled as well. So the job is done as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And that was such a fast turnaround. A color-coded Felix set in there just for you and Julie Brooks. Maya, you know it. Get ready. I think I'm just gonna keep this on, Laura. It's too cute.
Perfect.
It's too cute.
That's good. People got to know, and they're constantly misspelling it, so it is important.
So important. So important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other big news I have, Laura, is in this box. This is because now we're addicted to. Well, this is what always would happen when you're unboxing. It immediately mislay the scissors.
Where is this box from?
Our friends at Cowboy Woolens.
Oh, cool.
This is the new Erin yarn.
Oh, this is exciting.
The new Erin.
And this is like genuine because we are not able to sell this to you directly. We're just typing them up. We're just fans.
All right. So here is.
Oh, I love the lyre
Erin
on the LYRE on the label. That is so beautiful.
Very cute. Very cute. So this
what color is that, Allyson?
This is seaweed.
All right.
Seaweed.
That is.
It's like a mossy green with a little gold.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's like those seaweed snacks from TJ's, from Trader Joe's, big time.
Yeah,
that is so beautiful.
So this yarn is the newest yarn from our friends at Kelborn Woolens. It is 60% fine Irish wool, 40% New Zealand wool. Yeah, I'm into it. I did have a hard time picking a color because they were all extremely beautiful, but I ended up with this really beautiful greeny. I am making, yes, the winter sweater that they came out with along with this yarn. It's a beautiful cabled cardigan. Yes. So yeah, I'm excited to knit that up, and I'm also excited to teach it in the fall because you cannot have enough cabled cardigans, I think. So that is what this will become.
I'm wondering if we should do a screen share.
Oh yeah,
because apparently,
Sarah
I got
in the chat has got it. Oh, nice. Yeah,
Sweet.
let's see it. Let's see. Now imagine.
Okay, so get this seaweed in your brain. Which is not the first time I've said that. And then this, if you have missed, it's the winter sweater from Kelborn.
Winter sweater. Yeah.
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is it.
It's exactly it. Yes.
Yeah. So there it is. That including claw clip, I hope, Allyson. But that is
I don't know what I'm gonna do with that claw clip, but I'll put it somewhere.
But this is the winter sweater, and I can totally see the vision. I mean, it's beautiful in this cream as well. But that is going to be stunning. So I'm assuming we're doing a little steek situation in the center there?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think it's pieced, but I haven't looked at it yet. This is future Allyson's issue. She's going to figure that out. I also noticed I got a little gifty.
Oh, cute. Is that a little rendering of Germantown? Oh,
yes.
Oh, cute. Well, I give it a thumbs up. Cutie cute.
Yeah, so nice. So thank you, Kelborn Woolens. And also thank you, Megan. Megan was kind enough to give me a gift certificate to Kelborn Woolens, and I immediately ordered this yarn with that gift certificate. So Megan, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm excited to cast
all
that
those beautiful new colorways and that whole new line of yarn. You got to get in there. You just got to.
Yeah, I got to. Mm-hmm. Laura, we were talking about ordering that yarn before Christmas, and we both could not justify it because we did not have the immediate need. But when you got free money coming at you, Laura, you find an immediate need.
That's all you need.
Just do it.
That's all you need.
That's all you just a little kick in the booty. So yes, I did derail our live right from the jump, but I feel like it was for a good cause.
100%. Well, people were clearly nostalgic for the unboxing. The beautiful Megan had missed that entire sweater and had no idea what was going on. So it was really important to get everybody on the same page. Just get them on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Laura, what you working
on? For me. Yes.
I did. What you working on? What you working on over there? What's on those needles? What's keeping you up at night?
Lots going on, as ever. But right now, I'm working on my progress update. I'm about to, after we get off and everyone adjust your sets. But I'm getting ready to update, speaking of Maya, our Whip It Out folks and Stepanka for her Super Sock Knit Along. I turned my heel on my Guernsey sock from the Hello Sailor sock collection. So I've got a heel now. I'm holding it back here so we're not blinding too many people, but I'm moving right along with my Whip It Out project this month. Too hot to handle. Yeah. But yeah, so this is right on schedule. Oh, good. I guess I don't even have to post because Maya's here, Stepanka's here. So y'all, here's my update. No, I will post. But
we got to see this. Maybe the picture that you take will be able to tone down the wow factor so that
I don't think
that beautiful texture.
I don't think she should have to. I think she's so beautiful, but I don't want her to hide her light under a bushel. But this is the Guernsey sock from the Hello Sailor sock set by Summer Lee, and I'm loving it. And I'm just like feeling really good. Like this is right where I wanted to be. Today's the 11th, like quasi mid month. I feel good about this. So she can take a snooze while I work on all this other shit I got to do. So very big update there. And then I had a accidental cast on, but that was also purposeful because we kicked off on Tuesday Yoke-along, which is an annual tradition started by Allyson many years ago, but not too many because she's very young and fresh. But by our calculations, it's at least a bicentennial celebration of Yoke-along. It has been 150 years. Yes, or since 2001. So whatever it is. So I cast on a project for Yoke-along using yarn from Spring Resale. Whoopsie-daisy. But yes, I cast on a Sunday sweater from a Petite Knit Sunday sweater when I traveled to Copenhagen in the fall. I saw several of these out in the wild, and I just had to have one. And I found this perfect Rowan yarn that I was supposed to sell to other people from Spring Resale, and I accidentally sold it to myself. So it's that's what's happening, and it is a pleasure to go from a size 1 to a needle to a size 10 needle. It is a goddamn pleasure. So that's fabulous.
Yeah.
So
love that. It looks so good.
Study and contrast, like brightest, tiniest to thickest, neutralist, and then right in between.
Together.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're friends. They're friends. They'll make a great outfit, which is really all I care about.
Yes,
and then rounding it out, Leelanau is happening, and making major Leelanau progress, which I feel like might tee you up. But yeah, Leland Cal, amazing. Wow. So see, this is what happens when you concentrate all your efforts on one thing, as I should be doing, but I just keep bouncing around. And
I concentrated my efforts definitely on this heavily modified Leelanau knit along. But yeah, I'm cooking on this, Laura. Like I separated my sleeves. I got like 1.5 inches of the body going on. I love her.
It's beautiful. And a big aspect of the Leelanau, why people love it so much, is this lice stitch, or as we like to call it, the freckle stitch pattern. And yours is poppin' with that gray bow. Is that right? It's the Corey Confetti
gray bow. That's why you can see some of these little confettis sticking out here or there. Yes, Corey Confetti, RIP, I guess. But she's looking good. But you can see one of the reasons why this pattern is designed to be knit from the bottom up, like Laura is doing, like a rule follower she is. Her cute little freckle stitches look like adorable hearts, and mine look like actual little lice.
But that's fine it's fine because they also, with the confetti, I feel like it's enough to like dazzle people. They're not looking at that. They're looking at your confetti.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Confetti forward. Exactly. So yeah, see, I got some neon pops going on over here. Yeah, she's looking beautiful. Good. She's looking good. Yeah, Leia in the comment is hilarious. She said that it may take me 3 years to join the knit along, but once I am in, I'm in. And that's exactly right, Leia. I think I just cast on and I showed off this much of it, I think, last week, and I knit all of this.
Yes.
Since then,
well, I had this much, so I'm pleased with it.
Killing it.
We started our maker work group this week. I'm just keeping pace with everybody so they don't feel bad. That's so
nice of you.
Thank you. I am a magnanimous knit along leader, but we had a great discussion in our first maker work group session on this past Monday, primarily about using your sleeve as a swatch, which is a signature move, but also about reading your knitting on the sleeves in particular. You have to interrupt the chart and kind of just, you really have to rely on your own ability to read through the pattern to keep everything in these nice diagonal lines. And there were a lot of folks who because it doesn't say explicitly in the pattern, but there's a lot of folks who, when they're at the beginning of the round, they're just, when they get to, they work their 3 plain rows of stockinette and they get ready for their freckle stitch. They just start at the beginning of the pattern and work their way around, and it starts to get their stitches off of alignment, and it's super noticeable. So we had a big lesson in how to read your knitting, which is essentially think of these as like a diamond shape and be lining up with 2 rows down and like checking in with your knitting as you work around. And a lot of folks said that helped them a lot. So
visualize it. Yes.
So it turned into, I had all these lesson plans. Right. And I had all these lesson plans of like things I wanted to cover and get through. And it turned out that lesson plan that I didn't even think to go over, it was just a question somebody had, that ended up being the most useful lesson to everybody. So that is why we have that workroom style. It is so helpful to have that collaboration and those questions to enhance everybody's knowledge. So
I love it. I was doing that too. It's not easy to do because I was increasing down and increasing my raglans here at different rates for the sleeve and the body. So keeping my life stitch in order, coming in around that was a fun challenge. Yeah, you got to keep an eye on it. It's not easy. Yeah,
it's not. And it's one of those things when you're paying attention, especially in your case, when you're modifying and working through worksheets and things, you can fool yourself a little bit because you're like, well, this is such a simple chart. It's easy to memorize, like no problem. But it really, especially when you're dealing with the body, like it's so easy to get off by like one, and man, does that get noticeable when it's always right front and center. When things go crazy.
Yeah, so never on the back.
Right. So it's good to have these discussions early and often, because you just have to focus up just a little, and then you can go back to all creatures great and small. So, but that is an amazing amount of work for a week. So good. So good.
I love it. I am gearing up for another big weekend of progress too, with us not being able to leave the house very much. So I'm imagining that I'm going to have even more progress to show off. I'm so pumped. It is the perfect excuse to not leave your house and stick your feet up and drink a lot of tea and knit on a bunch of projects. So I couldn't be more 100%. Excited to continue working on that.
Same.
I am excited to have progresses
for the moment. I mean, I have stuff for porcelain, but it looks like nothing because it's just a gray strip of nothing. But
next time,
but next time we'll have some more razzle dazzle for the people. But I do have other less visually exciting things. But this is enough, and I'll be able to have progress next week that will wow the people. So because I'm in the weather situation. It's so good. The Colette, right?
Wowing. Yeah, Colette, my Colette pullover. I put the sleeves together. I'm working away on the body. This is less exciting only because, like what Laura was talking about, going from a size 2 needle or size 1 needle to a size 9.5 needle. This is a 5, which is, we love that, but it's a 5. But this is a 7. So this one feels like it goes a little bit faster. But yes, this is my progress on my Colette pullover. So I've been having both of these bags next to me over the past couple of days, trying to make good progress on both of these projects because they're both so fun, and I love looking at these colors when it's kind of shitty out, and so it's bringing my heart a lot of happiness.
It's a absolute pleasure. That is what it is. Yeah. Full pleasure.
Yeah, love it. The one thing I did not get to because I could not be bothered to stop working on either of these projects is swatching for my Paul McCartney sweater, which is actually the first workroom is tonight. So that's going to be my job for this afternoon, is getting nothing like wait until the last minute.
I love it. Personally, that's how I live my life.
Sometimes you just got to live life on the edge. What can I say?
100%. Well, so Allyson, what do you have going on in your making world right now, in your teaching world, on the party, all those good things?
Yeah, big week this week because I launched 6 new classes that are going to be starting in March. The Colette, like I was just showing off, I'm going to be teaching that one. And then a couple really, other nice sweaters, like Sorrel Party is back.
Oh,
I just felt
the
like
people
looking
love
ahead.
sorrel.
People love to sorrel. Yeah, so we're doing sorrel. We are doing a couple of design your own classes. I'm doing design your own yoke sweater. So if you feel like, dipping your toes into a little fun, designing aspects of sweater knitting, we're doing that one. We're also doing design your own dog sweater. If you don't want to do all that, well, depending on the size of your dog, it does tend to be a little bit less knitting than a design your own yoke sweater. But that one I'm really excited about. The people have been pretty excited about that one too. And then I've got Understated from Joji Yokatelli coming up, as well as Very V-neck raglan class that sweaters from Jessie made. So those are all open for registration now, and those classes kick off in March.
Bye. Amazing. But
yes.
Tonight you were saying you have a workroom started.
Yeah, Paul McCartney opened last week. We're swatching. Tonight we're going to be applying some math and getting started on that body. So that's going to be really fun as well. And then my Princess Diana Black Sheep sweater class starts next week. That workroom gets started off next week. So yeah, workrooming away. And I'm happy to give people a little something to do if they too are going to be in a little bit of a blizzard situation this weekend. You got to keep those fingers busy.
Yeah, that's what I always say, is important. But it's a little well, it's why I am so happy to be in community with all of you, because some might say it's a little twisted how excited I am to have super duper cold snap coming this weekend, because I can just gather all of these baby projects around me and really go to town. I'm just in such a knitting mood right now, clearly, and an organizing mood. And so I'm just really ready to hunker down. I did a big grocery shop with lots of like soup and root vegetable like ingredients, and I am just like ready to do this thing. So
same.
It feels like time. Mm-hmm.
They better not be jerking us around, Laura. If we don't get 8 inches of snow and then it's going to be 0 degrees on Saturday, I'm going to lose it. All right.
Either way, I'll just open the window.
That's a great point.
And that's what I'm doing. Yep. Yeah. And it is a federal holiday on Monday.
Yes.
So it is Martin Luther King Day, which I forget now that we are boss ladies that run our own business, and all you do is work. But it is a federal holiday. Good to know about the mail, I'm hearing myself say out loud.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well, we get those post office runs every once in a while. Yes. So don't try to do that. Though I think the high temperature is going to be like -2. So I don't think that would lead you to a path where you would want to go to the post office.
Well, it makes me want to.
Safety first.
As Leia is saying in the chat, it makes me want to grab my giant like bulky Lopi and go somewhere. I've got, I have those leg warmers I can't stop putting on.
Yes.
But yeah, I will stay home on Monday. That will be great. That will be great for me. So
yeah, it is. It's going to be perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you have going on in your working world, Miss Laura?
Well, I have a lot of stuff I'll be able to talk about next week, I think. Some really exciting endeavors with that I am partnering with Allyson on. I have a class starting next week, and I still have some availability for the beautiful Ingrid sweater that I am wearing right this minute. I have some spots available if you find yourself in need of a squishy project. We have some spots going. I am working working away on my yarn resale business. Things are going great, but definitely have some ideas in there for some Leelanaus, some really cool contrast color yarns in there. And ultimately, it's a lot of shipping and packing. So that's going on. And yeah, I've a lot of like exciting little things to debut when we're chatting next week. One of the things, yeah, exactly. But one of the things that we chatted about we've been chatting about over the course of this project. Well, this is a project, our podcast project, our visual podcast.
Visual podcast
is just
project.
Right. It's just various, like how we approach the new year, goal setting, what that looks like for us. And for me, one of the goals I had was to get back on writing my McDougal Minute newsletter. So I
got one in my inbox this morning.
Check. So we're starting off strong. My goal is 2 a month for 2024, and I feel good about that. I feel very pleased. Oh, I'm so glad Amy received hers as well. But I love I love doing it. It's just, it takes a little bit of time and you just have to make the time. So in 2 weeks, when I write my second one, I'll have new classes to debut, which is very exciting. And
nice.
That's what I'm working on. Just working away.
All right. Well, big topic of discussion last week was the new season of All Creatures Great and Small coming out, season 4. I thought we should start there, Laura, since I watched the whole thing in one day. I could not stop.
The whole new season in one day.
The whole new season. Well, there's only 7 episodes. I had a lot of knitting to do. I had this much knitting I had to do.
With these super fancy enhanced headphones, I can hear the theme song just like wafting off of that project as I look at it now. I can see that.
Yeah, exactly. So I watched all of it, and then I watched season 4. So I had everything super fresh, and I will say season 4, lovely, but I missed Tristan since he went to fight in World War II, which he should be fighting in World War II, because Nazis, thumbs down. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs down to the Nazis. So he's off fighting. I miss Tristan, but cute little new characters, nice storylines. You know, very sweet. Everything's great. Watched it in one day, so clearly I'm not complaining about anything. But there was a lack of charm that Tristan, I felt, brought to the table. So he was missed, but definitely worth a watch. And I was a little worried because I was upset about some of the new seasons of some of the other shows that I've been watching on Masterpiece, like World on Fire. I thought that second season was trash. Sanditon, I thought that second season was trash. Didn't even watch the third season.
That was shocking. That
shockingly trash. Oh my God, so bad. So love it. Would watch. Sad about Tristan not being there. That's my official review. So All Creatures Great and Small, done.
Well, that is taking up a bulk of your time, clearly.
Exactly. But yeah, I wasn't sad about it. So give it a thumbs up, Laura. When you get there, you'll still love it.
Amazing. Well, I have been I have been inspired to do a rewatch of All Creatures as well, but mine has been going much slower. I've only made it through 2 episodes. I find I have a hard time binging it. It is so pleasant and relaxing to me that I get too relaxed. And I'm like I have to like do something peppy afterwards. But I want to keep going. But
I love being relaxed.
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm just I'm in a more chaotic mood, I think, with my watching, and it has not paid off. I have a lot of things that you shouldn't watch to save your time. But one of which, honestly, Lisa Weissman is asking about The Golden Bachelor, and for me, it started strong, and I did not enjoy the finish. But did you stick with Golden Bachelor, Allyson?
I always watch until they go home. And as soon as other families are involved, it really does shine a light on how fucked up all
Mm.
bachelors are. As soon as
Mhm.
if people start talking to their family members. I think it's super weird and it really takes the shine off of it. So I'll watch it right up until they go home. And then I'm like, I'm going to read the spoilers. And that's what I did. And I saw those two crazy kids got married last week. Bless them. Bless their hearts.
Yeah.
Apparently the wedding was so weird. I didn't watch it and I never will.
Me neither. I tapped out at exactly the same time. Oh, they did watch the home visit and was like, ooh, and that was that. And then I was like, I'm getting in a vibe. I'm going to choose my least favorite. And that is what happened. So I was like, all right, have fun. Pretty wild. Pretty wild.
But yeah, I think all bachelors are very fun up until it's time to go to hometowns. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not watching this anymore.
Yeah. It's a weird combo of like too real and then everybody being full of shit and just being like, I really think you're the one. I really think you're the one. And it's like the families can't believe that. They know how this show works. It's so strange.
Right. It's so uncomfortable. Yeah, I really hate it. Yeah, it's not, not for me. But yeah. Cute tennis guy. Bachelor starts in a few weeks. What's his face? I will be watching that 100% up until they go to hometowns and then I'm out.
I think you've cracked the code. I love it.
Yeah, because why do you watch The Bachelor? Chaos, shenanigans. They go to beautiful places, traveling. Everybody gets to look at the camera and go, Nashville, what a perfect place to fall in love. Cut to weird things going on in Nashville. I'm here for it. I love it. Give me all of that. But no, as soon as you go home and you have to look that woman's dad in the face, I'm out. It's so weird.
Don't shake his hand. You don't deserve that.
Don't hug her, mom. You liar. Get out of that house. Yeah, not for me.
You're gonna break a lot of hearts. It's too much.
No, thank you. It's very weird. So that's how I feel about The Bachelor.
That's a perfect summary. I think Lisa got her money's worth. I do.
Ooh, we aim to please. So Laura, you're not watching anything right now that you would endorse to the people?
I am. Well, am I endorse? Well, I have a strange culture corner in McDougal Minute today where I have one full-throated do not watch. For me, Saltburn was a major thumbs down. And did not enjoy. It was an NFL, as we call it. It was a not for Laura. And then
it sounds like a not for Allyson also.
Yeah,
so
I would specifically not recommend it for Allyson as well. Joyless slog. That is what we are not about. I do not like a joyless slog with lots of viscera.
I like a joyful slog. All creatures great
all
and small.
Creatures great and small. It is the remedy. It is the cure to what ails you. But yeah, I watched a slog, but one that I can't stop thinking about, and it is a South Korean movie called Burning. And it meanders in a way you think kind of you're starting one movie and you kind of end up in another, but in a really interesting way. And I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. It's a very ambiguous, like everyone's motive is not clear and everyone's stability is not clear. And then it ends and you're kind of wondering, you feel like 90% certain about one course of action, but you're not 100% sure. And I think it's really brilliant storytelling. So it was a fun one to watch, with someone. So if you all are hearing this and are intrigued, but just are going to be snowed in by yourself this weekend, watch it and shoot me a message. I would love to chat with you about it. But yeah, Amy gets it. Amy is my entry point into all South Korean media. And I'm used to the K-dramas that are made for television and are like big and like everything's hysterical or super romantic or super crazy. And this is just very even keeled with like the tone is just completely different than any other South Korean. Maybe it's sort of online like Parasite, but even more subtle. And I can't stop thinking about it. So that I would recommend it, but I'd recommend that you have some coffee before you watch it. It's a little slow. But I really am excited to go back to All Creatures because I just, I've been doing a Crown rewatch and I can't say that you should necessarily, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it. There are parts of The Crown that I very much enjoy. And
Same.
yeah, when it gets it right, it gets it right. So
Yes.
that part I enjoy. And, these last seasons, it's how can something be good for the complete run? At this point, I think that's very rare. So whatever, they tried.
Yeah, I agree with you. When it's good, it's so good.
Yeah. Have you watched the full last season of The Crown yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've been in joyful mode, clearly, and not sad bomber mode.
Well, I will look forward to our culture corner when that day happens, because
it'll be soon.
Yeah, my thoughts on it are nuanced as always, but I think we got too close to the living historical figures, and so we pulled back in an unentertaining way. So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, otherwise,
I will not be getting to that this weekend because it is super wild card weekend this weekend, Laura. So we're going to be hitting the NFL super hard. This is an NFL that is not for Laura. It is the National Football League. Big
the less
game.
famous NFL.
The less famous NFL, obviously. Big game on Sunday night. My sad Lions will be going up against the Rams. And we're just going to be rooting for those little kids to get a victory. So that is what I'm going to be focused on this weekend when I'm out carrying my dog, so he doesn't burn his paws on the frozen ground. They do need me. How else? How else will they win? It's going to be fun to the other games that are going on this weekend because there's chaotic weather everywhere, including, I was filling Laura in on this yesterday, the Chiefs Miami Dolphins game is going to be the coldest game in the history of football, with a kickoff of -5 degrees. And I just don't think those Miami Dolphins are going to survive, Laura.
I think it's an important factor and it's the Dolphins and the Chiefs. Is that right?
Dolphins and the Chiefs. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Allison's sports section at Laura Allison Party is we did a fantasy football group together, and then there is this like pick'em style
bracket. Yeah.
Pick'em bracket. That is now happening for the playoffs. And so I was going through and picking my bracket, and my picks were based more on the Taylor Swift effect of it all. But it turned out to accidentally align with Allison's actually very astute, smart way to pick, which is like, look at the weather. And I just don't trust those poor Miami children.
Once December hits, you have to take that into account because you just don't know.
Important. So that's like real helpful information, and not just me being like vibes. And I just don't think they're going to want Taylor at least in some of these playoff games. So let's, they're going to be motivated. But it might be too cold for her to fly. Who knows?
Well, hopefully she's up in a booth wrapped in something cute, because that's going to be real cold. That's dangerous level chill that they're going to have in old Kansas City. We see the lovely Linda in the chat saying, go Pack. We are also absolutely supporting the Packers to beat the Cowboys, America's team. Not around here. Pro Packers. Thank you very much.
Not on my watch.
Yes.
No.
Not on our watch. Absolutely
Generally speaking, Midwestern teams above all, but I can't.
Absolutely.
Especially we can't with the Cowboys. So
we got a full love you from Linda. It's
strange.
Our pleasure, Linda. Yep, exactly. We love
general. This. I enjoy Wisconsin, so I can quasi get behind it in general.
Absolutely. So Leia did say that she picked the Cowboys in the bracket. So did I. I'm not an idiot, but I will be rooting for the Packers to win. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I did the same thing. I would love to bust on that though, Linda.
Me too. I would love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong.
That'd be great. And we'll be thinking of you the whole time for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be rooting for the Packers for real.
Yes.
But I do not think they will win.
But that's what's fun about playoffs.
That's why you got to play the games. That's why you got to play the games. Exactly.
So Well, we have another like hyper relevant, finger on the pulse of 2024 pop culture thing to share, which is that you and I watched a major motion picture last night that is everybody thinks about. It's just like white hot. No one can stop talking about it. And it is Robocop. We went and saw Robocop
1987's Robocop last night in the movie theater. Yes, we did. Now, Laura and I had never seen Robocop before. That was a new experience for us, and kind of glad I went in blind, honestly, Laura, because what a wild ride.
There were lots of twists and turns and surprises, mostly lots of television actors popping up that were very surprising. So yes, we were pretty shocked at the dad from the 70s show being in there.
The bad guy.
Potty mouth. And then the guy from ER, lots of like villainous redheads. Pretty funny. And we had, this was an event put on by Shane's Magic the Gathering group as a fundraising effort, and super fun. But the first time we did this, we saw a movie. You had not seen it before, had you? The Schwarzenegger movie,
Running Man? No, yes. I had not seen Running Man.
So the previous screening was Running Man starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, which we had not seen. And I have to say that was far less entertaining going in blind. I was enjoying some costumes, but it was just it was like bad, boring, and not bad, interesting. And I think that Robocop had bad interesting insane. All over it.
Yeah, very crazy.
For a while, it was really following the plot. It was like interested in the plot. And then they just get flamethrowers and then there's no more plot. There's just no more plot. And I was like, okay, I kind of was interested in the plot, but all right.
The plot being, I guess, the police need help because they're underpaid. And some privatized company buys the police and wants to set robots, shooting robots into the streets to be the police officers. And it doesn't go well. Justice for Kenny. So instead of doing that, they take a dead cop and they forge his body in with a robot, and they program him to like upkeep justice.
Yeah, that's a great summary. And I think has lots of relevant things for today. I can see why it would be remade relatively recently because the privatization of the prison industrial complex and police, like that all actually is kind of prescient. But yes, what a Frankenstein, but also cops and also robots. That's a great summary there, Leia. But then at the end,
cop, he's like remembering his past life,
right?
But not really.
And he has a dream that makes him like disobey his creators. And then he goes and he tries to avenge his own death, which is cool, and then there's also a lot of very unhinged body parts getting blown off of people. Yes, body parts getting blown off. A full cocaine factory in Detroit, Michigan, which and on and on. And that also has barrels of toxic waste. So I don't know, but it was fun to watch in a group and have that Mystery Science 3000 thing of looking at people being like, what the fuck? And be like, oh my God, it's Red Foreman from that 70s show. Oh my God, it's whatever his name is. I think
what's his face?
Remember.
From what's his face?
That was very funny. Or then being like, oh my God, he was the dad in Star Wars 2 with the Chris Pine one. Oh my God. Star Trek. I got it fucking wrong. Here come the comments. But anyway, it was a really fun experience and exactly the kind of experience you hope to have at that kind of event. So I would say watch RoboCop in a rowdy group, 100% with small cans of wine, not big, small,
not big ones,
cans
small
of wine.
ones. We all
That
kept
worked
it
out.
together, which I was really proud of us. Last time we did this, the Magic the Gathering players were told Shane to warn the knitter group coming because their group gets real rowdy, which is hilarious because we were the rowdiest ones in there. And as usual, this is no surprise to any of you. And then also last night, again, we were the rowdiest crew. And I think that's why we keep getting invited back. This time we did not get yelled at by the staff of the music
That
box.
is correct.
So I feel
we did a great job.
Better.
We did a great job there. And I think the Magic Bros were way more prepared for us too. So we were part of the entertainment, which was nice. And because I got the vibe that Running Man, that like a lot of those guys, this is like a precious childhood memory. Are being like, this is horrific. And like the way that women are written in this is such a bummer and not fun. And they were like, oh yeah. And then we ruined it for them. But it was like, no, critical think your way out of this, fellas. This isn't interesting.
And they did too, because they'd be like, yes, boobs. And we'd be like, that is an inaccurate representation of the female form in a really exploitative way. And they'd be like, gosh, you're right. Gosh.
We were also screaming butts and boobs last night. What I really object to was just like her working out in a negligee, for example. Like, it's just, the boob, she's on a weight bench in a negligee with no bra underneath. Like, your boobs are going to slide into your armpit and you're going to get smashed when you're doing your lifts. Like, this is not
that's
practical.
not real.
I'm
going to argue that last night when we were in the locker room, the very progressive Detroit Metro Police Station's locker room that was both for men and women.
Yep.
The women were topless and they were putting their bulletproof vests
directly on their boobs.
Their nipples.
Which really goes back to my rant from last week about how you wear a chemise under a corset. You also wear some kind of t-shirt under your bulletproof vest. The body oils.
Yeah, that seems hard to clean. Yeah, and the chafing on the nips.
I know.
We got notes.
But we got equal nude male representation, so that was a very progressive locker room.
That was nice.
I will give it to him.
Yeah, so the future, very bleak. I really hope that that's not true. Though I think the future that the movie was depicting was actually past us now. Shane was trying to explain this to me last night and I was like, what? But
there was this alarming lack of telephone booths. So I thought I'm usually, when we're watching 80s futuristic sci-fi, there's usually a telephone booth. So the fact that didn't really happen, there were lots of telephones everywhere. Yeah,
they had this tracker that looks a lot like this calculator that I have on my desk, where it was like just a blinking light in the middle of it, and they made it look like a screen, and they're like, "Look, we're tracking him," and I was like, "That's just a flashing light on a piece of plastic."
Right. And that goes beep, beep, which would be so helpful to track someone that you could just go in its vicinity and it would hear your hand going beep, beep. Like, that's not poorly thought out.
Myself. No, absolutely not.
And you know what really hurt my heart was when the redhead from ER was bullying that gas station man for doing his math with his compass. Yeah. He wasn't bothering a soul. He was just doing his maths. And he set the whole gas station on fire because he was an insecure little prick. So, but he got his, didn't he?
He did. He got thrown into a barrel of toxic sludge and melted. Yes. And then he got exploded by a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just melted, just disintegrated onto a car windshield. So it looks a lot like ambrosia salad. Really wild. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. So, it was very hilarious.
These are the takes I know that keep people hanging into this program right to the end, because they're like, God, what is even 1987's Robocop about? No one has seen that movie. We need these gals with their finger on the pulse to tell us. So you're welcome.
Yeah. Don't watch Saltburn, all right, but watch Robocop 1987.
Yeah, I would say, I would say, yeah, way more fun. Way more
Just the most
fun.
relevant thing on YouTube today, Laura.
I do. I
this
think
video.
that the takes in Robocop are better than the takes in Saltburn. Like there's an actual critique, an actual societal. There's actually stuff going on rather than just depicting a bunch of gross rich people shit and being like, So there it is.
I love it. You've heard it here first. That
Robocop greater than Saltburn.
I think we've lost everyone. No one said anything.
Yeah, silent. It has been full crickets for the past 15 minutes. So we put them to bed. Boop.
Yeah,
we did it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
I think I'm gonna go make myself a nice batch of soup for dinner. That's what I'm up to next. Big old pot of
big one, because you can just eat that all. You don't have to leave the house. You can just eat that all weekend. Love that for you, Laura. I think we did this thing. I think we wrapped it up. We had some hot takes. We had some beautiful. I didn't get to talk about my book, but we can talk about my book next
top
week.
of the segment next week. But that looks amazing because you told us about this.
I'm learning a lot about the Nile. Which I know nothing about. Do you know the genius, courage, and betrayal in the search for the source of the Nile, Laura?
Well, you will, which means I will very soon because you're going to tell me all about it. I'm excited.
Talk about a wild ride. And I have no idea where this is going. I don't think it's great, though, because they used betrayal right in the title.
Well, to me, that sounds like colonialism, but we'll see. I'll stay tuned. It
is a lot of British people mucking around. But yeah, we'll see. It's very wild. It's very wild. Well, they didn't know that in the 1800s, they had to go find it. And there was a lot of conflicting information because they didn't really have maps.
Yeah. Anne-Marie, River of Doubt is a favorite of both Allyson and mine. So that is where I think the inspo to read this came from. Is that right, Allyson?
This is her new book. Yeah. Candace Millard wrote River of Doubt and Hero of the Empire about Churchill. Right. And then she's got one about...
too, right? You recommend
my God. I love her book so much. Yeah, that Churchill one is crazy. The Boer War is fucking crazy. Churchill's insane. Him being 19 years old is crazy. It's just like a little version of him fighting the Nazis. I love it. A++.
Oh, man. You know what? The number one thing that I forgot about The Crown that I love so much is the way that John Lithgow is Churchill, but also the way that he says Bobbity. There's some guy in Parliament whose name is Bobbity, and that is so much fun to say. If I were to adapt a little stray kitten right now, its name would be Bobbity, 100%. So Bobbity.
I love that. My favorite is the episode where he burns that painting. I feel like
oh my God,
so good.
Oh my God, insane.
Yeah,
painting the pond. Bobbity. Anyway.
Can't
wait to hear about your book next week. Yeah, can't wait to hear about it.
You're gonna love it. More hot takes about Churchill.
Yeah.
The pulse, the finger on the pulse around here. That's what you're used to.
Yep. 100%.
All right, everybody. Have a great week. Stay warm out there. Go Lions. Go Packers. Go Browns.
Sure.
I think that's probably the end. All right, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.